Kong was finally greenlit, with several titles including The Beast, The Eighth Wonder, King Ape, and went through several script drafts. I'll explain those in another video. Though remaking the film entered his mind, the idea of Kong fighting another famous monster was to him a better approach, since the 1940s had made big bucks off Universal monsters teaming up and fighting each other with Frankenstein meets the Wolfman and House of Dracula. Being a fan of the Frankenstein monster in novel and film, he began to write a script for King Kong vs. Frankenstein. I'll explain the plot in another video. Then, the top-grossing film of all time, in this big-budget remake of the 1933 classic King Kong. And seeing the popularity of the character growing bigger in the 70s, thought the time was right. Dino signed a deal with RKO to do an official remake in 1975. Suddenly, out of nowhere, Universal came into the picture and a titanic lawsuit battle began. But that's a whole other story. Another quick downside to the film is that if you want to see it, it's extremely hard to track down. How so? Well, let me fill you in. During the titanic lawsuit battle between Paramount, Universal, and RKO to owning the rights to King Kong, we will get to that. 2. This movie, along with the American Fest Godzilla, are responsible for the cancellation of the first attempt of Peter Jackson's Kong, so I do hold a bit of a grudge with Roland Emmerich and Disney. But you know what? I'm getting too far ahead, so we'll talk about that another time. So how does the 1996 failed attempt differ from the final 2005 product? Well, it all lies in the first draft. To shorten it down because I want to go into more detail in a later video, I'm sorry, but I can't take this guy seriously in that Jack Sparrow Barney outfit. It makes Edward Cullen look like Bruce Campbell from Evil Dead. And I still don't get why Peter Jackson didn't cast him in the 90s. It would have been perfect. And don't worry, we'll get to more of that, my dear viewers. So what's the history of this gem of a ride? Well, I guess it starts obviously where Universal left off with Kong back in 1975. During the titanic battle between Universal and Paramount over the rights on who would get the remake, again, we will get to that,